Ooh, shining like a new penny, Jack. Just got out the gym, cleaned up. You know, I didn't even intend to go there. Well, I did, just to drop off a few things. What's up, Soul Fam? Y'all don't give a fuck about that. They're like, tell me what I want to hear. I don't give a fuck what you're doing. So I made this video earlier, but I'm gonna remake it, right? And if it flows out better, then fucking great. So a lot of us individuals, you know, we're on our path, and we meet people, you know, we attract people in our lives, right? And we vibe with these people at the time, and we're like, oh yeah, this is my soul fam. And then they are your soul family. But are they there to stay? Are they all there to stay? And my answer to that is no, they're not. And you have to make a decision whether they're in your service and you're in their service, or you guys are just wasting each other's time. You know, because a lot of times, you know, we fall out of alignment with these individuals. But we're so used to just, you know, it gets lonely on this journey, right? So we're just so fucking needy and like, oh, it's so nice to have somebody to relate to, even if, you know, they're not that relatable no more, you know? So you just talk about the same fucking shit that you've been talking about since you met them. Nothing's changed. And if you're in a fucking friendship or a relationship where you guys don't talk about new shit every day and explore ideas and dreams and all that, fuck you doing, you know? And you got to pay attention to that needy ass ego always wanting to be validated, right? Because these people like to hear what we have to say, right? And we like to be liked, don't we? So the ego's like, no, don't let this person go. They like what I have to say, and I want to be of service, right? So we convince ourselves that we're in service to these individuals and they're in service to us. In all actuality, they're just wasting our fucking time and holding us back. They're holding us back because they're not changing while we're changing. And if someone ain't changing along with you, then it's time to go. But you have to make that decision. It's up to you to make that decision, because that person ain't gonna make it. They love keeping your ass around. Misery loves fucking company. Misery loves company. So when are you gonna step out of your needy ass fucking ego and be like, okay, this person ain't in service to me anymore. I just have to just like, you don't even have to completely let them go, but you have to space your time where you maybe only see that person once a month, you know, fucking once a year. Who knows? It usually just happens, but sometimes spirit won't just let it happen. They want you to make that decision, because that's where your power's at. And they're trying to make you as powerful as they can. And in order to take our true power, we have to make decisions that feel uncomfortable, that make others feel uncomfortable. But it's not out of hate, it's not out of dislike, it's out of fucking service to the greater plan, right? Because we get here on this planet and we think that we're making this all happen, knowing it's happening for us and this shit's just unfolding. But if your life ain't unfolding, it's because there's some decisions in your life that you ain't making. So your shit just keeps on cycling over and over again, and you keep on going through the same sorry ass experiences over and over again, wondering why, and being in the vibration of waiting. And I've talked about the vibration of waiting. The only thing that shit creates is more waiting. So ask yourself, who's in your family right now, your soul fam, and did they serve their purpose already and it's time to let them go? Or are you just gonna continue on holding on like a fucking, I'm gonna say like a Band-Aid, right? Whatever it is, you know what you have to do. You know, I'm perfectly aware that this ain't my plan. I already signed up for the plan. And it's just unfolding, and I'm unfolding it with it, so it gives it the illusion that things are happening, and sometimes it looks like maybe sometimes they're happening by chance, or that we're in control of all this, right? And that's the big fucking illusion. The illusion of free will, thinking that we're making decisions, and these decisions are creating experiences in our lives, and we're the creator of them all. And the only thing that you're creating is what's going on inside of you and how you're perceiving everything. And depending on how you perceive things is dependent on how you experience things, right? Because I could fucking be pissed off right? And just perceive this whole experience in a negative way. Or I could be high vibe as fuck, and this whole experience is an adventure to me. It's fun. It's exciting. I don't know when my next dollar is going to come. I don't know what's going to happen next. And that's where I choose to stand, because that's my power. And I know I'm powerful. You know, Spirit already told me. So if you have anybody in your life and you constantly have the thought, is this person of service? Are we in alignment with one another still? And if you keep on folding over that sorry ass fucking question in your mind, that's just you and your ego holding on to something that ain't there anymore. Now I fucking refuse to do that. And I know, like, if someone ain't in alignment with me and, you know, they're projecting their fears onto me and they're fucking doing this and that, oh, it's time to go. Not because I dislike you, just because it's just not working and this ain't part of the plan anymore. And I could sit here and fucking hold up this whole plan and get passed by, or I can fucking step into my power and make the decision that might make me feel uncomfortable in the moment, and that other person. And that other person might judge me as being, turning my back on them and doing that and doing this. But you ain't turning your back on anybody. Like I said, turning your back on someone or getting somebody's their back turned on you is an illusion. It's an illusion. It's how we perceive things. So, and that's the ego, always thinking things are being done to them. Oh, he turned their back on me. Come on now. You know, I refuse it. I will not allow somebody who doesn't know how to make their own decisions, step into their power, know what's right in their heart, dictate what the fuck I got going on in my life. It's just that spirit telling me, like, hey, there you go. That's what that person's about, you know? And all I could do is just share my experience. Share what I feel is right to me, and it's up to them to follow. So if you constantly have somebody around that's a soul fam and they're just nodding their head in agreement to you, and yeah, that's pretty much telling you to shut the fuck up. I don't really care what you have to say, and there you go. So question your relationships, question, you know, who you have in your life, and are they part of that plan right here in this moment? Because that's the only thing that matters, is this moment, not in the future and nothing in the past, but right here. And ask yourself, how is this person serving me? Are they serving me by projecting their fucking fears on to me because they choose to watch the media and the news and believe all this shit? That ain't service. It's service in a sense if you allow it to make you stronger, to make you more, to your faith greater. Yeah, that's of service. But how long? How long can that go on? That can only go so long until your faith's so strong and it wore out that challenge and you're like, oh, it ain't making me any better because I already know not to believe that shit. So now they're just projecting fucking nonsense to me because I already know that they're just fearful individuals, and that they'll always be a fearful individual because they refuse to change. They refuse to take the next step in their journey. And I explain that as well. Your next step in your journey, you know? I keep on getting this message. Be prepared for your next step. Your next step is coming. You know, I looked up and I seen 655. I don't see that number too often. And it's not a number I really pay attention to, right? And but before I get off topic, but then again, I was fucking walking down the street and my fucking awareness was pulled to a license plate and it was 655 again. And I'm like, okay, so it's an odd number that I don't see too frequently, and I just seen it two times in a row within like 20 minutes. So I looked it up and it was telling me, like, let go of fear. Don't let anybody project their fear onto you. Get ready for change. Everything that you've wanted, that's been manifested in your heart, that you've been focusing in your intentions on, is coming to fruition. Be prepared, and the change is coming, but you are fully supported, so there's nothing to fear. You know, there might be some challenges along the way, but that's what's making me greater, and just, you know, take it as it comes. And that's the number I receive. And if you guys are only paying attention to the triple digit numbers like 555, 333, 1111, you're really cheating yourself, you know? That's the numbers in the beginning that get your attention. That's the ones that get your attention. But all these other numbers are still there for you. But you ain't paying them any mind because it's like, you know, 734 or 628 and you just think those are just random numbers. But no, there's messages to them, and you need to start looking. And I encourage you to get some type of numerology book or, you know, at the very least, fucking Dorian Virtue's angel numbers, where you have a pocketbook of these fucking numbers 1 through 999. And then every time you get a fucking message, you can look up and you can get a brief description of what the answer is, or what the message is just trying to be delivered. But you also have to trust your intuition on it. Because every time I read a message, I'll gain, like, it will say something, but then my intuition will tune in and deliver another message within that message. So pay attention. It's just not what's on that paper. It's what's going through your head or your mind while you're reading that paper as well. You know, if I had any advice for any of y'all, you know, that I failed to fucking neglect when I was in the beginning of my awakening, is thinking that I was my thoughts, and that some thoughts just passed through my mind and I shouldn't pay attention to them. You know, oh, those are, you know, if it's something, if it's, I don't want to say fearful, but makes me fearful, you know, like, oh, that's me stepping on my comfort zone. Oh, I'm going to ignore that thought. That's where I cheated myself. So that's my message to y'all. And I have some more to come. So you know what to do. Step out your fucking comfort zone. Let those people go.